It's Celebration Sunday. We're gonna talk about. It's what we do. We talk about people or group of people that need to be celebrated. Learn me good.
Okay. Like you said, the world is a little bit on fire. And so instead of wallowing in that, we've decided to look at the fact that the world has there's always been smoke. And so we're looking to celebrate some folks who have been in similar situations and stopped and said, nope, I'm going to take a different tact. So I didn't know anything about this until about 20 minutes ago. So I have notes that I'm going to check reference occasionally because I want to make sure that I'm being respectful.
Because you're a cheater.
Because I'm a cheater, and want to make sure that I'm being respectful of the information that's been provided to me. The specific group of folks within the Tuskegee Airmen were called the Tuskegee Weathermen or the Tuskegee Weather Detachment.
Okay.
So in World War II, in the early 40s, there was the Army, and the Army had a specific division called the Army Air Corps. Mm-hmm. And then there was a separation where they said, you know what, it makes more sense for us to have, men on the ground and men in the sky. Yeah. And so they went from the Air Corps, Army Air Corps, to the Air Force. Yeah. So that's when that started. So when they were just on the ground, and then they were like, hey, we're going to be on the ground. And then, where we had a couple guys up there, we're going to have a bunch of guys up there. They needed to know what the weather was going to be like because they needed to ensure safety. So they went from having 62 basically meteorologists to needing about 10,000 to maintain safety.
It's a pretty big jump.
It's a pretty big jump. And so they were trying to figure out, I don't know who they are, but they, military brass, were trying to figure out where do we go from this. And it just so happened that we were still in a time of segregation because of Jim Crow laws.
Fuck that guy.
That's for real. And they said that basically the 62 were going to help all these white dudes. What are we going to do with these Tuskegee Airmen? And this is where I really want to make sure that I look at these notes because this is just amazing to me. So calculus, physics, chemistry, engineering, and differential equations.
Yeah.
Those were 5 of the major degrees that the Tuskegee Airmen had that allowed them to become basically the ultimate meteorology force within the Air Force. I'm going to read that again. Calculus, physics, chemistry, engineering, and differential equations. If you gave me $5 right now, I could not tell you what differential equations are. But these guys were being told that they were less than simply because they were black. Can you believe that? I mean, I can believe that, but I mean, it's just ridiculous.
People suck.
Sometimes. And so by the time that World War II ended, 150 distinguished flying crosses were provided to the Tuskegee Weathermen.
That's really cool.
It's incredible, right? And so these gentlemen, basically, they were considered the first black meteorologists in the country. Some of them ended up going to MIT, where they became the first black PhD to graduate with this. These were incredible guys. And if you think about D-Day, the moment that the World War II changed and we were then winning the Allied forces, right? Part of the reason that we chose that day was because we understood the weather forecast of that day. If we had chosen any other day, it wouldn't have worked. And so it is because of the Tuskegee Weather Detachment that we actually were able to understand, not just what's happening here on the base, Army, but also what's happening over on other continents in the sky, Air Force. And that was through these gentlemen who figured out how to, even in a time of segregation and then during a time of integration, and I don't know what this is called now, but it's better, but still not best. These guys basically just said, we're not going to participate in allowing anyone to think we're less than. We're going to work to the height of our potential, and you need to catch up. And I just think that's incredible. So today we celebrate the Tuskegee Weathermen or the Tuskegee Weather Detachment. I've seen them referred to with both names, and we thank you for allowing us sitting here in our goofy house in Delaware to suddenly learn within a 12 to 24-hour period that we thought we were getting 2 inches and now we're getting 2 feet. And it's because of the work that they helped to create in weather patterns and weather maps and understanding things, because whatever differential equations are, Just really cool. So thank you. Thanks for helping us to win the war. I mean,
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.